Are these Walmart workers getting jobs by unions that are supposed to be fighting for their jobs? Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Neil Cavuto, and forget about pay for play. How about pay for protest? A top Walmart executive accusing unions of paying agitators to disrupt the retailer's annual shareholder meeting. And how about this in the Big Apple? More than half of the New York City Council members telling Walmart to stop giving its so-called dangerous dollars to city charities to try and gain favor, they say, in the city. Ain't gonna happen. Did they run that one, though, by the folks benefiting from those charities in this city? To Ben Stein, Charles Payne, Dagan McDowell, along with Adam Lashinsky, Charlie Gasparino. Charles Payne, sometimes you can cut off your nose to spite your face.
Yeah, if there's any real ramifications. But, you know, we saw this sort of play out in D.C. Here's the thing. New York City is probably the worst case of income inequality in the country. I mean, we know, we live around here. You're either very rich or very poor. Almost 2 million people living in poverty. Average wages have actually gone down. And you're saying, Walmart, you're mean. We don't want your dangerous money to charities, or we don't ever want you to come here and create jobs. That's rich. I don't know how politicians get away with it.
You know, Dagan, what I found you don't want Walmart stores to come in here. That's one thing, which to me seems stupid. It's one of the most overpriced cities for general goods anywhere. But now you're denying them funding charities for whatever their reason. You don't like their money or the smell of their money. Shut up. Let those folks decide.
Welcome to the left-wing sinkhole that is New York City. We don't want your non-union dollars. Instead, we want our poor to go hungry, our women to go jobless, and we want our roads to look like they haven't been paved since 1975.
They have not been paved, by the way,
They have not, but it makes zero sense. But again, it goes back to if you are a union proponent, there is no such thing as a good job unless it's a union job. They would rather people go without work and without food and shelter if it means giving kind of a thumbs up to a non-union shop like Walmart.
Well, this hate is palpable, Ben Stein. When I talked to the council majority leader about why he has this fixation and said if Walmart were to be unionized tomorrow, would you still do this? He said, of course I would, but I don't think he would.
Well, New York is, as all of our panelists are saying, a sinkhole not only of income inequality and incompetence in government, but of extraordinarily high prices at all these local neighborhood stores, and they would be demolished by Walmart, and yet the ordinary consumer would benefit tremendously. It's been calculated over and over and over again that if there is a Walmart in a neighborhood, it's the equivalent of the local people, the consumers, having a 10 or 15% wage increase. Why it is that the selfishness of these council members, the selfishness of the politicians in New York, trumps the best interest of the people of New York.
I totally disagree with you.
It's just mystifying.
I totally disagree with you.
Go ahead, Adam, and then I'll disagree with you.
Look, if it were me, I would take their money. Just to say that, because I don't think there's anything evil about Walmart, but I think it is a totally consistent position to say, I don't like that company, I don't like what it stands for, I don't like the fact they don't hire union workers, I don't like what they do to communities, and I'm not going to take their money. That's a consistent position.
Adam, are you pro-choice? Are you pro-choice?
Yes.
All right, I'm pro-choice when it comes to Walmart. Let me choose.
Yeah.
Well, let's be real. This is less.
But I see that as leadership.
Political. Adam, this is much more political than you're leading on. This is a trifecta for the New York City, typical liberal New York City politician. You get free publicity on one hand. You get to back your union allies on another hand, because, you know, the unions have put, you know, Mayor de Blasio and the city council in office. And number three, there's a backdoor attack on charter schools. Why is that? The Sam Walton Foundation is one of the biggest contributors to charter schools around the country. They get to attack Walmart. They get to attack that. And I will say one other thing. As someone who was born in the Bronx, lived there as a kid in a much different era, there are parts of the Bronx where you can't get affordable food. There are food deserts in the Bronx where the place where you can get... let me just finish this point. The place where you can get fruit vegetables is a crummy bodega. And Walmart would bring good foods, organic foods, to those places that are affordable. And that's how disgusting this effort is.
Yes. Well, I just think, Charles Payne, the issue comes down to, and I was telling the councilman this, let me decide, or let New Yorkers decide, if it is as reprehensible as you say, they won't go there. But I know you just go to the shop around the corner from where we're sitting right now, it's $50 for a gallon of milk.
Yeah,
Give or take
by the way,
$50.
that's
My
the way
point
it
is,
is in the Bronx.
it's outrageous. And give New Yorkers choice. And then if it is so egregious and they find Walmart's policies are so awful and those workers truly must be chained to their shelves or the cash register, fine. But they've not seen that, and I have a feeling that it's these leaders who are upset that they will.
Well, and you know what, Adam, you're right. They played this game so long that they have to stick with it, because if the world ever sees that they're wrong, they've been wrong, shame on them. But to Charlie's point, I know people in Harlem who they get in a van and they drive to New Jersey.
Right.
To find quality
Well,
food.
Harlem is changing
You know,
now
it is changing,
because of gentrification.
But there's still, a couple
Right.
places. But the point is, they drive out, and then they get the groceries, and then they have to drive back.
It's just-
because of gentrification in Harlem, you can actually go to a
There's still a
Fairway
lot of bodegas and things, though, but
Trader
not to
Joe's.
get too far off the
But the
topic.
Bronx, Brooklyn, parts of Queens, you cannot get good quality.
Bottom
food at a
line, in New
decent
York
price.
City, it's an uphill fight to find an affordable deal, and
Right.
these assemblymen, councilmen, they're making it next
Well,
to
it's
impossible.
disgusting that they're letting politics and nothing but politics get in the way of improving somebody's quality of life. And I don't mean just somebody, I mean vast numbers of people.
How about a job? How
You have
about the
about
job?
right. You have about
Yeah.
a quarter of $1 billion that is spent at Walmarts by New York City residents outside of the
Mayor,
city
this
on
is-
an annual
but
basis.
I
this
just
is
wanna
this
say
is
one
why
thing, David,
Mayor
to
de
that.
Blasio, the City Council of New York City would rather have people going to a food shelter, getting food
Well, let's
from the
flip it around.
government
Ben Stein,
than being able to
help
get
me
a job
with
and
this.
buy it.
I would bet you that in the name of protecting mom and pop stores, that the pay at Walmart is going to be a lot higher than the pay at mom and pop stores. So one excuse
Of course
after
it will
another
be
seems
higher,
to
and
go
there'll be
away.
chances. And it'll be higher. There'll be chances for advancement within the corporate structure. And as to Adam's point a few moments ago about destroying communities, we live a large part of the year in North Idaho in a very small community called Sand Point. There's a Walmart there. The community has never been happier or more thriving. It isn't destroying the downtown old merchants at all. People are getting an opportunity to choose where they want to buy food, good quality food,
Okay,
at
so
good quality prices.